Hey guys, welcome to Uberclux. My name is Daniel Phillips and this is your first tutorial on Call of Duty montage ideas. So the first thing you notice in any type of semi-decent Call of Duty montage is the color grading. So we're gonna open up After Effects and we're gonna show you guys some basic principles of what you can learn to play about with yourself to get a good color palette. So this Call of Duty footage is courtesy of Multimix Media on YouTube. I think it was recorded from console because the graphics ain't perfect, but it's good enough for use here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new comp, and if you guys are brand new to After Effects, you're not going to know how to do that. So I'm going to drag my footage, which is this here, onto this little film strip, and there we go. We have a new comp down here. Now I can name this comp tutorial just by hitting enter or return on the name, and there it is, this tutorial. And then a basic look at the interface. This is your composition window, timeline and project window, which also holds your effects. So let's have a look at what we want to do. We want to make this look a little bit more war tone, not as bright, maybe a bit desaturated, and just a bit more montage like. I see a lot of montages that are over the top, and I'm not going to teach you how to do that now, but you can learn these basic principles to get into making them yourself, and just play about with some ideas that you get yourself. So with this comp selected, I'm going to go layer, new, and I'm going to click an adjustment layer. Now adjustment layer is a layer that you can't see, but it affects everything underneath it. In this case, terminal is underneath it. So on the adjustment layer, I'm going to click effect, color correction and curves, and effect, color correction, tint. Now the tint is going to take all the color out. We don't want that, so I'm going to turn the amount of tint down to 0 again while we play with it. So I'm going to pull this little thing. Basically, if you imagine this line, this is shadows, midtones, highlights. So I'm going to pull all the shadows a little bit darker. I'm going to boost the highlights a little bit brighter. So that's basically what they call a basic contrast curve. And I'm just going to pull it to there. And you can already kind of see that it's a little bit more punchy than what it was before, which is what we want. So that's the before, quite washed out, and that's the current that we're working with. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to introduce a little tiny bit of colour, and that colour, I'm going to pull out some reds first of all, which will make it like a bluey colour. Now you will see some montages that look kind of like this. Can't say I'm a fan, but all you have to do that is pull the reds out of the channel. So I'm going to pull a little bit of the red out there, pull some of the green out as well, and a touch of the blue. So that's that. I'm also going to desaturate the image a touch, and as you can see already, if I just turn off the adjustment layer, that is looking pretty cool. And to be honest with you, it looks a lot better, it looks a bit more cinematic, and that's what we're after, to get your videos set apart from other things. Now we can go nuts with this. If I turn this one off and then add another solid adjustment layer, and I add the same things again, or well, if I just add color correction curves, I'm going to make the same contrast curve that I did earlier, maybe leave the highlights where they are, and pull out some greens and pull out some blues. This gives you a really warm red look. Doesn't really look that good on this shot because you got really blue sky, which looks a bit dodgy, but you've seen montages that look like this, and it's really that simple to do. So I'm just going to delete that adjustment layer, and I'm going to turn this one back on, and the next thing we're going to do is add another solid, a black solid, and we're going to call this vignette. And obviously you can see that this doesn't look too good anymore. Up here you can drop this thing to the ellipse tool, double click the ellipse tool, which will make obviously an ellipse the shape and size of your composition. Now in vignette on the timeline, a new mask will have appeared, and I'm going to change the mask from an add mask to a subtract mask, and you can see what it's doing there. And I'm going to drop this little drop down menu here, boost the feather, and it kind of looks like the loading screen of Call of Duty now. And I'm going to bring out that, and as you can see, that looks so much better than what it originally looked like. So we can, let's see if we can get a RAM preview of this. And there we go, look how much cooler that looks now, and it's kind of setting your video apart from anything else that oh, he moved his camera there, I don't know why. But as you can see, that's really cool, guys. So thanks very much for your time. That's a basic introduction into the color grading of a montage for Call of Duty. The next one, we're going to show you how to put some text into the video so that it looks like it's there, which is really cool. And we're also going to show you how to do a couple of other things. So thanks very much for your time. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe for more YouTube film related content and tutorials, and we'll catch you next time on Uberclux. Bye bye.